Hello students, now we will start new chapter of standard 8, that is comparing quantities. Now before we go to the textual exercise sums, I would like to give you a short introduction through this video. In this video we will discuss all the concepts related to this chapter. This PPT consists information about ratios, percentage, discount, simple and compound interest and amount. It has some problems and their solutions. So there are some important formulas, some examples to understand the topic more betterly. Now comparing quantities means whenever we compare two quantities, we generally take out ratio. You have already studied about ratio in your previous classes. In 7th standard also ratio and proportion was there. So ratio means what? Whenever we compare two things, for example, if we compare height of two students or weight of two objects, so we take out the ratio. So that is a type of comparison. So we know that ratio means comparing two or more than two quantities. Here one example is there. A basket has two types of fruits. We can say 35 bananas and 7 cherries are there. Okay, so how we will take out ratio? The ratio of the number of cherries to the number of bananas. So first cherry is written, so we have to take the number of cherry first. So cherries are 7 and bananas are 35. So we will take out the ratio in this way, 7 ratio 35, or you can read it as 7:35. So this way the comparison can be done using fractions. So we can write it like this, 7 upon 35. Now 7 upon 35 can be reduced. You can do cancellations. So if you do cancellation, the answer will be 1 upon 5. Okay, or 1 ratio 5. So this way you can compare that the number of cherries are 1/5 of the number of bananas. In terms of ratio, this is 1:5. How we read it? We read it as 1:5 or 1 ratio 5. Now next is percentage. So the word percent symbolically written as percentage. This is the symbol of percent. We all know, you might have seen this symbol in calculator and in other devices. So this is the symbol for percentage. Percentage means in every 100 or per 100. So the word percent, per means 1 and cent means 100. So you might have heard the word century. When you watch matches, you might have heard the word sanctuary. So that word sanctuary also comes from this word cent. So cent, cent means 100. So per cent means per 100. So we have to divide by 100 whenever we take out percentage. To change a percent to a fraction, write it as a fraction with denominator 100. So the denominator should be 100 and simplify if possible. So we just have to write denominator as 100, and if possible we have to do cancellations to change it into a decimal, or you can also change it into a fraction. Okay, so accordingly you can do the conversion. To change fractions and decimal to percentage, we have to multiply by 100. So remember that whenever you want to convert to percentage, अगर कोई भी fraction दिया है आपको और उसको percentage में convert करना है, so you just have to multiply by 100. Okay, if any decimal number is given, suppose decimal number आपको दिया है and that you want to convert into percentage, again you need to multiply by 100. Here are some examples. So first question is, a picnic is being planned in a school for class 7th. Girls are 60%. So this is given in percentage. Girls are 60% of the total number of students and are 28 in number. So 28 is the number of girls. Okay. So we have to find out number of boys. It is not given directly. Next is, the picnic site is 55 kilometer from the school and the transport company is charging at the rate of rupees 12 per kilometer. So for 1 kilometer the charge is rupees 12. So the total cost of refreshment will be rupees 4280. So these are the informations which is given in the question. Next, the question is, can you tell, first one, the ratio of the number of girls to the number of boys of the class. So first we will find out the ratio of girls एंड बॉयज. सो गर्ल्स पहले लिखा है तो नंबर ऑफ गर्ल्स पहले लेंगे एंड नंबर ऑफ बॉयज जो है वो नीचे डिनोमिनेटर में जाएगा. Next is the cost per head. Second question is the cost per head if two teachers are also going with the class. Per head means एक जन का कितना कॉस्ट होगा टोटल मिला के, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन का, रिफ्रेशमेंट का, सब कुछ मिला के एक जन का कितना कॉस्ट होगा. सो दैट वी नीड टू फाइंड आउट. थर्ड वन इज if their first stop is at place 22 किलोमीटर, अगर पहला स्टॉप 22 किलोमीटर पे है from the school, then what percent of the total distance is 55 kilometer. तो कितना परसेंट टोटल डिस्टेंस का जो है that is 55%. So that we have to find out again in percentage. What percent of the distance is left to be covered? So these are the questions. Okay, so we have to find ratio, we have to find percentage, we have to find the total cost. So let us see the solution of this one by one. So first solution is to find the ratio of girls and boys. Ashima and John come with the following answers. So these are the two friends. Okay, so let us suppose that they will find out the answers. So they come with this solution. They need to know the number of boys and also the total number of students. So two things they have to find out. Number of boys and total number of students. Number of girls तो question में already given है. That is already given. दिया हुआ है. So the number of boys will be 30 minus 18. So they will get the number of boys. They have to subtract from 18. Okay, total students are 30 and minus girls means minus 18. So they will get 12. So 12 will be the number of boys. Hence the ratio of the number of girls to the number of boys means पहले girls लेना है and then we have to take up boys. So that will be 18 ratio 12. 18 ratio 12. Now 18 and 12 both can be cancelled out. So you will write it in fraction. 18 upon 12 उसको fraction में लिखेंगे ऐसे 18 upon 12. And then we will do the cancellation part. Then we will do the cancellation part. We will reduce it. So after reduction, your answer will be 3 ratio 2. You can read it as 3:2. So this is your first solution. Now moving ahead with the second solution. Now to find the cost per person. So first of all we need to take out the transportation charge. Transporting charge will be distance both ways multiply by the rate. So this way we will find out distance both way multiply by the rate. So distance is 55 kilometer. Now both ways. Okay. So we have to multiply it by 2 and per kilometer it was given in the question that 1 kilometer का कितना है 12 rupees. So multiply by 12. So if you multiply all this the answer will be 1320 rupees. Now this is only transporting charge. Now total expense will be refreshment charge plus transporting charge. Both we have to add. So ये जो आपका आंसर आया है 1320 that we will add in 4280. This is the refreshment charge which was already given in the question. So after adding we get 5600 rupees. Now this is of per head means ये एक जन का है. Okay. Now total number of persons, total कितना होगा? So total persons are 18 girls and 12 boys. Plus they are telling that if two teachers also go along with them. So plus two teacher also we have to count. So total कितने persons हो गए? 32 persons. So we will add all this. So total will be 32%. Now total is 32%. Okay. So for 32%, amount spent would be rupees 5600. So this is the amount spent for 32 persons. Now they are asking what will be the amount for one person per head, right? This is the question. So per head, so क्या करेंगे जो total rupees है and total person है that both we will divide. So this we will divide. So 5600 divided by 32. So after cancellation you will get rupees 175. So this will be your final answer, rupees 175. So this will be the final answer, the amount spent for one person, that will be rupees 170. Now third one, the distance of the place where the first stop was made, that is 22 kilometer. This is again given in the question. Okay, so this is 22 kilometer. We have to convert it into percentage. So how we will convert? So total distance जो है that we have to write it in the denominator. So total 55 है. Out of that 22 they have the first stop है at 22 किलोमीटर. सो 22 डिवाइड बाई 55 और दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100 इंटू 100 करना है. नाउ दिस 100 वी डोंट हैव टू कैंसल. ओके, वी आर कन्वर्टिंग इनटू परसेंटेज, तो ये वाला 100 यू डोंट हैव टू सी, you have to cancel this with this 100, and after cancellation and then multiplication with 22, your final answer will be 40%. So you will get 40%. So 40% of the distance is covered at 22 kilometers. So whenever, if you want to convert to percentage, 22 kilometer means how much percent? So what we have to do, जो भी total distance है that we have to write in denominator, और ये 22 है that we will write in numerator, और फिर multiply by 100 आपको कर देना है. So this 40% is your percentage. So we got the answer. Now to find the percentage of distance, same explanation is there. To find the percentage or distance, out of 55 kilometer, 22 kilometer are traveled. Same what I said. So 22 upon 55 kilometer are traveled. So this is the distance. Now moving ahead with the next solution. Now here are some more examples to understand the ratio. Now if you want to find the ratio of the following, how you will do? First question is, speed of cycle is 15 kilometer per hour and the speed of scooter is 30 kilometer per hour. Now whenever you take out ratio, it is very important that the unit should be same. दोनों quantity जो भी आपको question में दी गई है, दोनों का यूनिट सेम होना चाहिए. अगर सेम नहीं है then you have to convert and make it same. So both the units should be same. Okay, directly you cannot do the ratio. So here both are same, so no problem. 15 kilometer and 30 is also in kilometer, so both are same. Now second question is 5 meter to 10 kilometer. Now if you see second one, 5 meter, so 5 is in meter and 10 is in kilometer, so here we need to convert. Again in third question, if you see 75 paisa, so 75 is in paise, and that ratio we have to find out of paise to rupees 3. Now this is in rupees and this is in paise, so again we have to convert. So whenever the units are not same, you need to do conversion. Okay, so whenever you find the ratio of two quantities, the quantities must be in the same unit. Let us see the solution part. So ratio will be equal to speed of cycle divided by speed of scooter, and that is given in the question. So 15 upon 30. Now cancellation is possible, so you will reduce. So after reduction, 15 1za and this will be 15 2za. So 1 upon 2 will be your answer. So 1 ratio 2 is your answer. So this is the answer of first one. Next question was 5 meter to 10 kilometer. Now 5 is in meter, so that is ओके, बट नेक्स्ट इज 10 किलोमीटर. सो 10 किलोमीटर को हमको पहले मीटर में कन्वर्ट करना पड़ेगा बिकॉज यूनिट शुड बी सेम. सो 10 किलोमीटर मीन्स 10,000 मीटर. सो नाउ यू विल डिवाइड 5 by 10,000. So if you do cancellation, 5 1 and this will be 5 2 10. So 1 upon 2,000 will be your answer. So the answer is 1 ratio 2,000, or you can also read it as 1 is to 2,000. Okay, so this was the solution of second one. Now third one is 75 paise to 3 rupees. Again 3 rupees means that is equal to 300 पैसे. सो यहाँ पे वापस कन्वर्ट करना है. सो 3 रुपीज इक्वल टू 300 पैसे. सो आप डिवाइड करोगे 75 divide by 300. So after cancellation you will get 1 upon 4. After cancellation you will get 1 upon 4. So 1 is to 4 is your final answer. So this was the solution of how to find out the ratio. Hope you understood how to take out the ratio of two quantities. Now moving ahead, this is another topic that we are going to deal with, percentage increase or decrease. Now how to find out percentage increase? Suppose if there is increase of 2% on the rate of any object, तो उसको आप कैसे find out करोगे, percentage increase या percentage decrease? So let us see first what actually is percentage increase or decrease. To increase a quantity by a percent, find the percentage of the quantity and add it to the original quantity. So first of all you need to find out how much percentage it is. Suppose 2% price increase हो रहा है, तो 2% of original price you have to take out that okay, and that value you have to again add to the original amount. So total increment, you will get that total how much prices increase. So you will add, whenever you are finding percentage increase, you have to add. Now next is to decrease a quantity by a person. For example, again if the price is decreased by 2% or 5%, decrease हो रहा है, right? So 2% of original जो भी प्राइस दिया है क्वेश्चन में वो आपको निकालना है, एंड उतना आपको वापस जो ओरिजिनल वैल्यू है उसमें से माइनस करना है, बिकॉज दिस इज परसेंटेज डिक्रीज. सो we have to subtract it from the original quantity. We often come across such information in our daily life. For example, 25% off on marked prices. So whenever you go for uh, shopping or in market or somewhere, you might have come across such words: 25% off on marked price, or 10% hike in the price of petrol. So these are the terms that we come across and we use it in our daily life as well. So you should know how to calculate percentage increase or percentage decrease. Here I have one example for understanding of percentage increase or percentage decrease. Let us see that. The example is, price of a car was rupees 3,27,000 before 2 years. It has increased 10% this year. So what is the price now? So as you can see in the question, the price of car is given. It was 3,27,000 before 2 years. And now it has increased by 10%. So 10% increment hai, right? So 10% is how much? 10% of 3,27,000 is how much? First you need to calculate that 10% kitna hoga, and then you have to add it because it is percentage increase. So you need to add it in the price. So first of all, it is given that price of a car before 2 years is this much. Okay, so this information is given. We know that increased price will be 10% of 3,27,000. So 10%. So we have to calculate this. So 10%. So 10 upon 100. Of means multiply. So यहाँ पे multiply कर देंगे 3,27,000 से. And after calculation, you will get this answer. So the answer is 32,700. So this much is the price increased. So the price is increased by 32,700. इतना price increase हुआ है, right? So this we have to add in this price which is given in the question. So the present price will be old price plus increased amount. So old price is given in the question. So 3,27,000 plus 32,700. So we have to add up. So this will be our answer. So the price of car now is this much. So 3,59,700. So this is the new price for now. So this way you can find out percentage increase. Now depending upon the question, these are the formulas that we are going to use in the word problems. In your previous classes you have learnt about profit, loss, okay, and selling price, cost price. These terms you have already dealt with in your lower classes. Now there are word problems, and in that word problems we are going to use these formulas. So whenever we will do sums based on this, then it will be more clear. So percentage change, how to find out percentage change? So for finding percentage change, this is the formula: actual change multiplied by 100 and that divide by the original whatever was given in the question, that you need to take. Same way profit percent, it is also called gain percent. So this is the formula: gain upon CP into 100. Same way loss percent, so this is the formula: loss into 100 upon CP. Same way, if SP we want to find out and gain percent is given in the question, CP is given in the question, then which formula we will use? This formula: 100 plus gain percent divide by 100 into CP. CP means cost price. Similarly, this is another formula when loss percentage is given. Okay, so 100 minus gain, so we have to add, here loss, so we have to subtract. So SP equal to 100 minus loss percent multiply by CP, okay, and then divide by 100. Now cost price, for finding cost price when gain percent and SP is given. So this is the formula, and at last This is the formula again when loss percentage and SP is given. So these are the list of formulas that we will be using in this chapter. Now, discount. Discount means whatever discount you get on any object when you purchase any object, you get discount, right? So what is discount and how to find out discount percentage? So that we will see. A ratio is an expression that compares quantities relative to each other. When we compare two quantities in relation to each other, such a comparison is mathematically expressed as a ratio, that we know. Percent means per 100 or out of 100. This also we have gone through. Percentage is another way of comparing ratio that compares to 100. Now, a change in a quantity can be positive, which means increase, or negative, which means decrease. Now, sometimes price is increased, sometimes price is decreased. Okay, so that is a change. Such a change can be measured by an increase percentage or decrease percentage. So, percentage change you can find out by increase or decrease. What is a percent? So what is a discount? So now we will see discount. So a discount is a price reduction offered on a marked price. So whenever you purchase any object, they give you some discount offers, that 5% discount is there. So 5% उसका price आपको उस पे कम पे करना है. So discount, whenever discount is there, so there is a price reduction. So आपको कम पे करना है. So discount में price will get reduced. And if tax is there, then we have to pay more, so that is added. So this you need to understand. Discount always minus होता है, और जो tax है किसी भी तरह का tax हो, for example VAT, value added tax, or any other tax, so that is added, so that you have to add and give more, pay more money. So we will see discount. So discount is a price reduction offered on the marked price. Discounts are offered by shopkeepers to attract customers to buy goods and thereby increase their sales. Now, if you want to find out discount, this is the formula of discount: marked price minus sale price. So what was the marked price of the object minus sale price? So you will get discount. A discount is in fact a percentage decrease, because the amount of change or discount is compared with the initial price or marked price. So this way we can find out the discount. These are the formulas that we are going to use, okay, related to discount. Formulas with discount given. So first is rate of discount. How to find out rate of discount? So this is the formula: discount into 100 divided by marked price. Next is how to find SP when MP and discount percentage is given. So according to the question, you are going to use the formula. So this is the second formula for finding SP: MP into 100 minus discount percent, and that is divided by 100. Third formula is to find out marked price, MP. So MP equal to 100 into SP, and that is divided by 100 minus discount percentage. So these are the formulas related to discount. Now moving ahead, discount means we have to do reduction. Now next is sales tax or VAT, profit and loss. So this sales tax or VAT, these are the taxes which we have to pay extra. Okay, so this is addition. Discount means it was subtraction, reduction, but यहाँ पे tax जो है वो add होगा. So sales tax is charged by the government on the selling price of an item and is included in the bill amount. Okay, it is included in the bill amount. Sales tax has been replaced by a new tax called value added tax. Now this word is being used, VAT. Normally VAT is included in the price of items like groceries. Profit and loss depend on cost price and selling price. If cost price is less than selling price, then there is a profit. Profit is calculated by subtracting cost price from selling price. So this is the formula for profit, that is SP minus CP. Okay, selling price bada hoga, so that is a profit. If cost price is greater than selling price, then there is a loss. Loss is calculated by subtracting selling price from cost price. So loss is equal to CP minus SP. So this you have already gone through in previous class. Also you have done how to find profit and loss. Now moving ahead, these are the examples of how to calculate the tax. Let us see. First is the cost of a pair of shoes at a shop was rupees 550. The sales tax charged was 4%. Now 4% tax they have charged. So 4% on 550, तो पहले 4% इसका 550 का कितना होगा, that you need to calculate and then you need to add because it is a tax, so tax is always added. So find the bill amount. So how you will do it? First you need to write down what is given in the question. So SP is given 550 rupees. Now sales tax is of 4%. So we have to find 4% of 500. So 550. 4 into 550 divided by 100. So that will give you 22 rupees. Means 22 rupees आपको extra pay करना है. So 22 rupees is the additional amount that you have to pay as a tax. So therefore your bill amount will be SP plus sales tax. So ये जो amount था 550, ये भी पे करना है एंड प्लस दिस 22 रुपीज ऑल्सो. सो टोटल यू हैव टू पे 572 रुपीज. सो दिस इज द टोटल बिल अमाउंट दैट यू नीड टू पे विद द टैक्स. टैक्स के साथ टोटल अमाउंट आपका 572 होगा. सो दिस इज योर फाइनल बिल अमाउंट. नाउ मूविंग अहेड विद द नेक्स्ट एग्जाम्पल. Next example is this. Ramesh purchased one LCD for rupees 12,000 including a tax of 10%. Okay, so one LCD of 12,000 and already tax is added. Find the price of the LCD before tax was added. Okay, now tax add करने के बाद price was 12,000. So tax remove करने के बाद उसका original price, what is that? So that we need to find out. So how we will do? Let the price of LCD before adding VAT be Y rupees. Now Y means original price. So Y plus 10% of Y, that is given to us 12,000. So this way we will form one equation and then we will do it. So पहले हमको उसका जो प्राइस है उसको Y ले लेना है विदाउट एडिशन ऑफ टैक्स. नाउ ये टैक्स एडिशन के साथ दिया है 12,000, टैक्स एडिशन के साथ दिया है मीन्स जो Y है प्लस जो 10% टैक्स एडिशन है, दोनों का एडिशन दिया है आपको ये 12,000. So this way you need to understand the question first. So you will get this equation Y plus 10% of Y equal to 12,000. Now this equation when you will solve it, okay, you will get the value of Y and that will be rupees 10,909. So this is the price of LCD before adding the tax. Before adding VAT, this is the price 10,909 rupees. Hope you understood. Now moving ahead, this is the last but important topic, simple and compound interest. Now first of all, what is interest? The extra amount that you pay in the bank, okay, that is called interest. Interest is generally calculated, okay, it is generally being used by the banks. So interest is the extra money that a bank gives you, okay, that sometimes banks gives you or sometimes you have to pay interest, so depends. Okay, similarly uh, bank gives you for saving or depositing your money with them. Similarly when you borrow money you pay interest, so depends on the question. With simple interest, the interest is calculated on the same amount of money in each time period and therefore the interest earned, okay, in each time period is the same. So in simple interest there are two types of interest, simple and compound. So in simple interest the total interest is calculated all together. Suppose 3 साल के लिए अपने आपने मनी लिया है, so 3 years का together only one time interest is calculated. But in compound interest, suppose if you have borrowed money for 3 years, so for 3 years every year the interest is calculated at the end of first year, similarly at the end of second year, and then at the end of third year. So at the end of every year the interest gets changed, it is calculated. So this is the way it is charged. On the other hand, compound interest is calculated on the principal plus the interest. Principal means जो भी आपका original amount है, जो भी आपने whatever you have borrowed or you have given, okay, so that is your principal plus interest and that becomes for the next year, that becomes the principal. So this way it is calculated on compound interest. So this will be more clear when we will be doing the textual sums. So the principal amount increases with every time period as the interest payable is added to the principal. This means interest is not only earned on the principal but also on the interest of the previous time period. So this way it is calculated in case of compound interest. So we can say that the compound interest calculated is more than the simple interest on the same amount of money deposited. So compound interest which is calculated is always more than the simple interest because this is calculated every year. So when interest is compounded, the total amount is calculated using the formula. So this is the formula that we will find out. We have to find out amount. So this is the formula, amount equal to P into bracket 1 plus R. This n will be here whole raised to n upon 100. P means principal, R means rate of interest, how much rate of interest they are charging, 2%, 3%. N means number of years for what you have borrowed the money. So this way, this is the formula for calculating amount. Now moving ahead, interest is generally calculated on yearly basis. Sometimes it can be compounded more than once within a year. Sometimes the interest is also taken at every 6 month. Okay, so 6 month means it can be half yearly, quarterly, depends. It can be compounded more than once within a year. It can be compounded half yearly, which means twice a year. Half yearly means 6 महीने पे, so it can be 2 times in a year. Or quarterly, which means 4 times a year. The period for which interest is calculated is called the conversion period. At the end of the conversion period, the interest is added to the principal to get the new principal. So this way it is calculated. Now these are the formulas that we are going to use. Simple interest equal to principal into rate into time period upon 100. So PRT upon 100. Amount, how we find out? Simple interest plus principal. जो भी interest है और जो भी आपका original amount था और interest दोनों को add करने के बाद जो भी आएगा that is amount. So compound interest formula is amount minus principal. And for finding amount, this is the formula, P into bracket 1 plus R upon 100 whole raised to N. So these are the formulas. And now these are some examples. Find the compound interest for rupees 5000 at the end of 10% per annum for 3 years compounded annually. So first of all, rupees 5000 which is given to you, that is principal. 10% this is your rate R, and 3 years this is your time period, means n number of years. Now this is the formula of finding amount. How you will find out amount? So this is the formula, amount A equal to P into bracket 1 plus R by 100 and whole raised to n. Just put the value. So P is 5000, 1 plus R आपको दिया है 10%, so 10 upon 100 and this n is time period, so 3 times. So यहाँ पे आप LCM ले लेंगे. So 10 1 the year 100. You can cancel this way also, 1 0 and 1 0, or if you don't want to cancel you can directly take the LCM. Depends on you, answer will be same. So it will be 5000 into 3 is there, so we have to take 3 times of this whole part. So it will be 11 into 11 into 11 and here 10 into 10 into 10. Now after calculation you will get the final answer this. So it will be 6655. So compound interest, now you will find out. You have got amount, this is your amount. Now you will find interest. So for compound interest the formula is amount minus principal. So this what you are getting, we need to subtract from this original money, minus कर देंगे. So this answer is our compound interest that is charged. So 1655 is the compound interest. Now moving ahead with another example, what amount is to be repaid for a loan of rupees 12,000 for 1 year. Now suppose if you have taken loan of 12,000 for 1 year at 10% per annum, so 10% is the rate of interest compounded half yearly. Now this is for half yearly. So first of all you need to write down whatever is given in the question. So principal is given 12,000, rate is given 10,000 per annum, PA means per annum, n is given, number of years 1. Now it is compounded half yearly. Half yearly means after every 6 months. So it will be calculated 2 times. So whenever it is given half yearly, n becomes double. जो n की value है that will be doubled up number of times. Okay, so n will be double up because half yearly means 6 month पे वो pay होगा. So every 6 month, so in 1 year it will be 2 times. So n will be equal to 1 into 2, that is equal to 2, and rate will become half of 10%. So whenever it is compounded half yearly, remember that n becomes double and rate becomes half. So this you need to keep in mind for half yearly. So amount A equal to P plus R by 100. Now P is 12,000, rate was 10, so 10 का half करेंगे, so it will give us 5 upon 100, and n was 1 years, but I told you that n becomes double, so यहाँ पे 1 into 2 means we will take 2 years. Now after calculation this will be our answer, 13,230. So this is the amount to be paid at the end of 1 year. Now where this compound interest and simple interest topic is used, applications of compound interest formula. So there are some situations where we could use the formula for calculation of amount in compound interest. So here are few examples. First is whenever we want to find increase or decrease in population, we can use the formula. Next is the growth of a bacteria. If the rate of growth is known, then you can find out its growth. Third is the value of an item if its price increases or decreases in the intermediate years. So these are the things where we use this compound interest and simple interest formula. So these are the applications. Now these are the examples. In a laboratory, the count of bacteria in a certain experiment was increasing at the rate of 2.5% per hour. Find the bacteria at the end of 2 years. At the end of 2 years, what will be the growth of bacteria? So this if we want to find out, okay. So again we are going to use the formula of compound interest. So first of all, number of bacteria at present is this much. Rate of increase is given 2.5%. Now number of bacteria after 2 hours, we have to find out after 2 hours. So 2 is our n. Okay, so we have to use the formula for amount A. So this is the formula, but actually we are finding number of bacteria, so we will write that number of bacteria after 2 hours. So that will be equal to 50, that will be equal to this whatever is given in the question, 5,06,000. So 5,06,000 and into bracket 1 plus r means rate is given 2.5, so 2.5 upon 100 and whole raised to 2. Now you can take out LCM, you can do cancellations here if possible, and you do calculation, and after that whatever you get, you will get 41 upon 40. So 41 upon 40 you have to write 2 times because it is whole raised to 2. So after calculation you will get this answer. So it will be 5,31,616. So there will be approximately 5,31,616 bacteria after 2 hours. So this way you can calculate the bacteria count. Now these are the summary points what we have discussed earlier. These are the points what we have discussed in this chapter. So you can note it down or you can write it somewhere. It will be helpful before exam, you can revise it. So what is discount, percentages on discount, what is CP, sales tax, and all these things. Now when we will start solving textual exercises sums, it will be more easier for you to understand these topics. Hope you understood. Thank you.